One morning, a girl in my area posted, "Who wants to come eat me out?"
Iconic.
Yeah, that's
Iconic.
great.
Anybody up? Welcome back to None of My Business. I'm your host, Sophia Benoit. And this week, like always, we are going to be sharing somebody's most intimate sex and relationship stories. First, let me introduce Kelsey June Jensen.
Hey.
Did you like the finger guns?
I did. Because in my head, I was like, I'm kind of wanting to do like a finger motion, but you did it.
I
And
took
so I was
the
like,
reins
yes.
a little bit. Mine were hesitant. Yours were cool.
I was ready. I was like, should I do peace signs? And then you didn't. I was like, boom.
No, there's no peace here.
No, there's not peace.
We
Balance.
We had a very fun, interesting weekend, an encounter this weekend.
Girls, buckle up.
We were in the mines. We were in the trenches.
We were in the trenches. We wanted to go out dancing. A nice R&R is what we call it.
We call it R&R, rest and relaxation. Whenever the two of us go out and it's just the two of us.
That's R&R.
That's R&R. Because it's like when there's other people there, so fun, but we both tend to not talk to each other. And we like put in effort to keep the vibe going. And we're trying to like.
If there's another person there, I don't see Sophia at all. No. If it's a group event, if there's more than another person there,
I don't see it. Yeah.
At all.
Yeah. We are always like trying to go both be keeping the party vibes going too much.
Yeah. I'm like swinging from the roof and you're like calming someone down.
Like, yeah, that's literally. So true.
Yeah.
And
so we did some R&R on Friday. We tried.
We went out to a bar that's been classic
Old
for
Trusty.
us, an Old Trusty. And we had some drinks and we sat at the bar and bartender was lovely, made some conversation. I tried to say that whenever I give someone my tab name, I say like Chris Benoit, the wrestler. And
he didn't know.
So
Sophia got to teach. It was a nice, beautiful learning moment.
Yeah. And then
and here's the issue too. I see this man before he even came over. I was like, look, I actually felt kind of bad because I was like, look at that man. He looked kind of like my ex. But like even uglier style.
Yeah, like he wasn't looking great. But you were like, oh, he looks like that guy. You weren't saying, she wasn't being me, but she was like, oh, he looks like bleep, my ex,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't turn fast enough to see him. And I was like, I didn't see him, sorry. Anyway, not to worry because this man comes up behind our bar stools. We're in a corner.
Mm-hmm. He marches right up, right behind us.
And then he kind of like taps us on the shoulder and already weird. And I want to be clear as I put this out there that it's totally fine to like talk to people at bars and approach them. We are not against that. That's not bad.
Not at all.
And he immediately opens with, my friends and I were talking and we were kind of just like wondering like, what are some of women's turn-ons and turn-offs?
Yeah. And I can't even remember what we said.
The worst, I think we both did a pretty good job of repeatedly trying to turn the conversation back on him. We were like, well, what are yours? To not engage.
Yeah.
It quickly came out that he was actually there alone. Did not have friends there with him. And he was like, no. And then I was
not
like,
a shocker.
Yeah. I was like, what happened to the friends? And he was like, we were at a wedding or something. Can't remember his story for that.
They were at a wedding and then the wedding party, some boring story. Or I was like, why am I hearing this right now?
Right.
It was like, no, they didn't want to come out and boring. And I'm like, yeah, and this sucks too.
Yeah. Why did you, if all your friends didn't want to go out and they're all at the wedding, why are you here? Why did you still come out by yourself?
Yeah.
So that was like a downer. Then we have another drink, having a nice time, and we went to the bathroom. Kelsey went to the bathroom and I stood outside with our drinks, holding them. And it was 2 waters at that point because responsibility. And who should come up but that exact same man?
Wreck-It Ralph. He looked like the guy from Wreck-It Ralph. That's how I keep describing him.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph, who did.
Wreck-It Ralph comes up
and goes, oh, 2 drinks, huh? And I thought we were talking because we had just been talking. And in my mind, I was like, oh, this sucks crap. But either way, I was like, I'm not going to be, we weren't rude to him before. We're not going to be rude to him. So I was like, yeah, kind of just trying to let the conversation die out. And that's when he hits me with, so my friends and I were talking and we were wondering if there's any like turn-ons or turn-offs that women have. And I literally had to be like, you just had this conversation with me.
Brother. Well, didn't you say, you were like, you just asked me this?
Yes, I was like, you just asked me. He's like, no, I didn't. He was like, really? And I was like, yes, I was the person that you just got done talking to over there. But I do think that's kind of he kind of tried to make an excuse, but really the thing is he was locked in on you. Oh, and I forgot that I at some point lied to him about being divorced twice and he believed it.
Yes. Yeah.
He totally believed that. He was like, oh, really? Yeah. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, bub. Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Don't be coming at us asking about kinks.
That's weird.
I'm not in the mood. No, normally I am in the mood. No, whoa, hold on.
Hang on.
Well, hang on. Actually, reverse.
Time out again.
I could like to talk about it.
Obviously, we have a podcast where we like talking about sex.
Exactly.
And I think
love.
we like getting to know people, and we wouldn't, if we had like had a longer conversation with a person, I'm sure we would have been asking them that in about 5 minutes.
1,000,000%. There's just some people who are so off-putting and they don't realize it. It's like, please turn around.
To me, the beginning of it was totally fine. It's just like we didn't enjoy talking to him, which is not a crime and totally okay.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he went up to me again, and that's how he'd been going up to everybody apparently at the bar and asking the exact same thing. If I had to give a tip to him, there's a lot of things, but I think most of all, just come up with a new line for people.
Yeah.
Just don't do the same thing for everyone at the bar.
Yeah.
Especially because women talk. Like, even if it hadn't been us, I feel like eventually we would have talked to other people and been like, you know, that guy's just asking everyone what their turn-ons and turn-offs are.
Right. Yeah. So needless to say, R&R, it
Wait,
wasn't.
I just remembered. I did answer part of the turn-ons and turn-offs because he was like asking and you were like, oh, I don't know, like bad hygiene. And I, because of this show and having said it so many times, I was like air guitar. And then he was like, really? And then he did it. And I was like,
he did?
No.
Oh my God. I was trying not to look. I can't believe he did it.
I forgot that. That just came back to me in a flash while
I was really trying to gray rock him. I was like,
Gosh, I hope he's there next time so we can learn more about him and lie more.
No, I hope not.
I hope not, no.
Yeah.
We'll go out and have a good time talking to someone new.
100%. We always do.
We always do.
We always find them.
Today's person that we're going to share their business is, their fake name is Mason. And Mason has some great stories.
Okay.
I think you're going to be very thrilled with what comes next.
Really?
You're going to hear about skate parks. You're going to hear about secret sex. You're going to hear about being kind of kicked out of a foursome.
And hey,
some of the who hasn't been there before.
Right.
And our guest today, who's going to be reading as Mason, she's wonderful. She's brilliant. She is such a good writer. She also has her own show called Manthropology, where she interviews men on the street. It's hilarious. She has a Substack called HollyWould, and she is an advice columnist for Playgirl.
Yeah.
So much fun stuff from her. And our guest is going to be Holly Solem.
Yay.
Holly, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, so do you know what you're going to be doing today?
Can you
you want me to break it down for you,
please?
So before the show, I interviewed a guy who's we will be calling Mason. That's not his real name. Everybody's protected anonymity-wise. And I asked him a bunch of questions about his relationships, his sex life, and you are going to be answering as Mason today and sharing all of his business with everybody.
So I will be reading
as him, basically.
as Mason.
And we will also ask
playing
you
the role of Mason.
Yep.
basically.
But I
Embodiing
can
Mason.
stop and
You can stop
be
and
me.
and
be
you
like,
I'm
what?
Yeah.
exactly. And you will be, we expect.
100%.
We will ask you, Holly, a bunch of questions as well, I'm sure. So don't be
Okay.
afraid. But before we get started with Mason's business, we're going to ask you a little bit of yours.
Oh,
You are
Okay.
an advice columnist for Playgirl.
I do have an advice column for Playgirl. Yes,
And
that's correct.
How did you start that? How
Yeah.
did that come about?
I wrote a story. I wrote a personal essay called "Do Men Owe Us?" and Playgirl published it, and then they liked it so much they offered me my own column. So
Lovely.
I was like, how about advice?
Do
How
you-
about I give people advice?
Yeah.
Do you like, I have an advice column and I have had one for a little bit and I love, my favorite part about it is getting other people's gossip in their business. Do you like that part of it, of like the peek into somebody else's life?
Absolutely. Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's also like a writing prompt, which is really fun. And I've received some pretty tricky questions, which is, I'm like, the more complicated, the better.
I love it when you
Yeah.
don't know what you should say. Like,
yeah, me too.
Yeah.
When I don't know the answer, because it's so like morally incomprehensible.
Yes, yeah.
And
Those are the
twisty.
fun ones.
Those are the fun
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. Or the
What's
oth-
your advice column?
I have an advice column with Bustle called It's a Pleasure. And I used to write one on my own Substack. I know you have a Substack as well.
Yeah.
But my favorite, other than the ones that are really, like moral quandaries, are when someone writes in and they're like, I'm cheating. Am I doing a bad thing? And I'm
Yeah.
like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, here
I'm
we
like,
go.
here we go. I'm like,
Buckle
get
up.
ready because I'm going to eviscerate you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love those ones because it's like very clear what the
Yes.
answer is. They're like, is this bad? I don't know. I'm in love with my
Yes.
ex and I'm cheating with them too. But
Yes.
what do I do?
No,
I
it's
like those
great.
ones.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should totally cheat.
Yeah, green light for me.
do it.
Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, I love being up in other people's business,
It's so fun.
especially because I like reveal so much about myself in the world. I'm like, let's get into someone else's shit.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you because you also have Manthropology where you are asking other people's business too. So you get a lot of other people's lives, but do you share your own stuff?
Oh yeah, I share so much about my life. Like on my Substack, there's like story. People are like, I can't believe you actually are saying these things out loud.
Yeah.
And then I'm working on a memoir too. So it's like,
That's so exciting.
it's all
Exciting.
very, very revealing. You can pretty much find out
Whatever you
anything
want.
about me.
Yeah.
That's
Have you
great.
always been that way? Like very open?
No,
willing to
I was
share?
kind of the opposite. I had like a really bad drug problem for a long time.
Mhm.
So I was very secretive.
Okay.
And then I feel like when I got, came out of that, I was like, the antidote is to just not have any secrets. It
Yeah.
was like I had to like cleanse myself. So I didn't have any shame. So I just started writing about my life and like outing all of my shameful secrets.
And
And it's worked.
Yeah.
it's so
Okay,
fun.
yeah.
It is nice to not have to like keep track of anything if you're willing to be open about everything. 'Cause,
Totally.
Like, then I don't
Like,
have
it's
to
all
keep
on the table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've probably
Yeah.
heard me say this. So
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you go again. And you're single right now, right?
I am single right now.
Are
yes.
you dating? Or are you just
Are we liking it?
Are we
How
liking it? Are we hating it?
feeling?
Yeah.
Well, I've been single for actually since I quit drinking and doing hard drugs, which kind of says a lot. So it's been like over 7 years.
Okay.
And I was dating. I have been dating, but then recently I decided I have to go boy sober after a weird experience, and I have to just only be friends with people until I know them well enough to let them move to the next level.
Yeah.
Boy sober.
Boy sober.
Boy
That's
sober.
That's my new thing. So
That's great.
That's amazing.
if you want to date me, you got to be my friend first.
I think that's
That's
really
great.
nice.
I need
Yeah.
to try that. I always
Yeah.
think about going boy sober. It's always like a thought in my mind because I hear people talking about it. And I'm like, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
But
You're always boy sober curious, I would say.
I am. Well, I kind of
And-
start it. I start to, and then I'm like, oh, accidentally, I'm dating someone now.
You
It just
you fall into
happened.
dating like Mr. Bean. Like, you're like slipping and sliding. You're like, I'm
It's a
dating
banana
him.
peel.
It
and
is
I
true,
was
no,
like,
yeah.
I slipped and fell on some dick.
Yeah,
Yeah, a little
that's
bit.
happening
It's
a lot.
hard to be boy sober if you're horny.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is.
Which,
Yeah.
Your hands, they're
You
tied.
know,
They are tied. They are
aren't
tied.
we all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
sometimes you just have to do it. Sometimes something so traumatic happens that you have to
That's
take
what-
a step back.
We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping we don't get there.
Don't.
And I say we because I'm very in.
We're
Involved in the
very involved. Yeah.
process.
Yeah. No traumatic
Are you dating?
things.
I've been dating the same guy for a long time,
Oh,
which is
you're in a relationship.
I
Yeah.
am, but
Okay.
I was
Long
always
term.
I always loved being single, and so when I started dating him, I was like, I just want to let you know this is not going to be serious. Nothing like.
Cut to.
It's been 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, you cannot tie me down.
Yeah.
I think
Jesus
that's what men are looking for. Like the less available you are, the more they're
I've
like
told-
everywhere. They're just
Yeah.
I also
Yeah.
just think that like I always have had really, really, really high standards and expectations for guys, which I think most men kind of hate. But then when somebody doesn't, they've already like crossed the barrier to entry to liking me, and now they're in. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm like, all right, I guess we're stuck with
Can't
him.
scare him off.
Yeah, I can't. And he's like, no, I've
You're
already
like, "No,
been a
it's fine."
bitch. I saw
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah.
no, I know.
Yeah. But you
So-
guys were friends first too. So that's
this is all
that's the key.
inspirational. Like
Yeah.
being kind of a bitch, being
Yep.
friends first.
Yep.
I'm not kidding when I tell you that for any woman that dates men, that is always my advice: is be more of a bitch than you possibly can imagine. And I mean bitch by
And you can
their
possibly
standards.
imagine.
I'm serious. Like,
Are you doing that?
Don't be nice to him.
No. Well, being a bitch.
Yeah.
No.
No, you're so kind.
No.
It's like
I'm trying.
Obviously, you still have to have kindness in your heart when you're being more of a bitch than you can imagine, but you don't need to let them know you have it always. You know, you
Yeah.
just you need to have high standards for them, and I think a lot of men think that means you're a
Yeah.
bitch.
I have way too much kindness in my heart. We're working on it. I'm trying to get rid of it.
We're doing a reverse Grinch on Kelsey.
We are. Yeah.
We're
We're
really
trying to shrink
trying.
my heart.
You guys,
Yeah.
are you ready to share Mason's business with everybody.
Mason.
Yeah, Mason.
We have a really fun.
Yes.
He was such a fun character to get to talk to. He's a real person, but
Okay. Real person, fake name.
Yeah.
So
Mason jar.
Mason jar.
Mason jar. That's what we're all calling him.
Aw.
That's sweet. That's a cute nickname.
Mr. Jar.
So cute.
So before you share Mason's business, I'm going to give you 2 little pieces of information about him so you kind of get a sense of who you're playing. You can open it now. It just feels like
Opening an envelope is so exciting.
It's like every time.
It hits.
I need to
I don't even get to do it, but I'm like secondhand.
Even.
Yeah.
We should send each other mail. Just
Would love.
just just to get to
yeah.
open an
I
envelope that's not
know.
like
not bills.
or
Yeah.
like a credit card advertisement that's disguised as an
Yeah.
eviction notice.
Yeah.
where you're like,
Yes.
Okay.
God.
All right. Mason is 36 and lives in San Diego, and he is bisexual. And he says some of the best sex he's ever had was when he went to a cabin in rural Arkansas with a girl and her friends, and they all did a bunch of shrooms. Quote, "We had sex right as the sun rose with the windows open. Sex on psychedelics is always fucking rad. I love that. I can never get enough of that." He then drove home and never saw her again.
Wait, he went
Wow.
with a bunch of girls and he had sex with one
Just
of the
one.
girls?
He
or
had just
not all of the
not all
girls?
of them.
Oh, I
Uh,
was like, that
rural
sounds
Arkansas?
fun.
They went-
all of the
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah. Girls trip plus Mason.
It kind of was like that. He did say that it was actually randomly a friend of his stepsister that he had knew her vaguely, and then they hit it off and she's like, "We're going to the cabin. Do you want to come?" And he went.
Huh.
And then when I asked the weirdest place he's ever had sex, he said that his college girlfriend was really into public sex. So they had sex in the student affairs office and in the archaeology lab in the basement of their school.
Okay.
Love public sex.
Yeah,
Really?
that's fun.
I know so many people who had sex in places in college.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
or nonstop. People are like, "Oh, we broke into the journalism building."
Yeah.
Like,
My boyfriend and I
Yeah.
tried to one time. We were like in a random building. We weren't even, I think it was like the math building, which we were theater majors. So why were we there? I don't know. But we like went into a random classroom and tried to start, and it was an open classroom. We were just in the corner of the room, and then a professor walked in and was like, yeah. And it was like, nothing had really started, but the professor was like,
They know
you
what
need
you're-
to stop. Like, we were
Yeah.
lifting each other's shirts. And he was
Okay.
like, but he just laughed really hard and was like, get out of here. But we were like, yeah, what are we doing? Why did we think this was a good idea?
that's
like
like
a
so
random...
fun for the math professor because they probably never have people come in and have sex in there.
He loved it. He was laughing
That
his head
would be
off,
the
so-
best place to have sex, I think, would be the math building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like the least expected,
seems,
which
yeah.
is so hot.
So
Yeah,
hot.
like,
math
fun.
is so
I want to have
horny.
sex in a math building.
Right? God. We gotta go.
Girls trip to MIT.
I'm so sad I never went to college. Like
You
We'll
can still
go.
break into them.
Yeah.
You
We can
know?
find a math building.
Yeah,
I could
you
still
don't need a
break
student ID
in.
for that.
Yeah,
I'll let you in.
no.
All right, so are you ready to start sharing Mason's business?
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
first things first, what was the first time you had sex like?
When I was a sophomore in high school, I was dating a nice Christian girl who went to a different school. But I had become really good friends with another girl who went to my school. The girl who went to my school was giving clear signals, and the nice Christian girl wasn't as horny as I was. Or was she just repressed and Christian?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd tried to make moves, but she wasn't into it. And then one night, the girl from my school invited me over to her house, just the two of us, and I kind of knew where it was going to go. I didn't really want to be a cheater. Wait, so his girlfriend, he was dating the nice Christian girl.
He was
Okay.
dating the nice
Okay,
Christian girl and they hadn't had sex yet.
Okay.
Mm.
I didn't really want to be a cheater. So I called my girlfriend on the phone and broke up with her right before I got in my car and drove to this other girl's house so I could hook up with her. That was my best plan for being so horny, but not wanting to be a cheater.
Okay.
I mean,
I
think
guess
it's
kinda
good.
sweet.
I think it's sweet
Yeah.
too. I feel like that's the right thing to
Yeah.
do.
Honestly, when someone cheats, this is always my question is why didn't you just do at least
Yeah,
this? This
just-
is the
yeah.
bare
Break
minimum.
up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just break up.
Easy.
Even an hour
Make a call.
before,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
make the
You're
call.
like, I am so horny.
I'm gonna
My
cheat.
Christian
or-
girl is not putting out. Like,
yeah.
I mean, sex is a very important part of a relationship. I mean, I guess
Totally.
maybe not in high school, but like,
right. And he wasn't Christian. He's not Christian.
He's not Christian, or he
Okay,
wasn't.
well,
Like he was just
that
kind of
needed
like.
to-
yeah.
I think the other thing that like whenever I read these stories, and sometimes their first times are a little bit more dicey than this, but I'm always like, it's also you know, you were 17.
Yeah, totally.
You know, not that you get 100% of passes, but it's kind of like
You're 17.
It's so much better than cheating.
Okay, so Mason, did you have sex?
Okay. Oh no, we just hooked up that time, but she and I started hooking up pretty much nonstop every single day after that. Mason made the right choice.
Yeah.
Eventually, we had sex right before going to a concert at our local skate park. But at that point, we were just friends with benefits. Interesting. Honestly, the same day we had sex for the first time, I made out with some other girls at the skate park show.
Oh my God.
Mason is very horny.
Mason's so horny.
But weren't we all when we were teenagers?
Yeah.
I didn't have the opportunity to be having any kind of interactions with anybody else sexually, but I was so horny that if I had been like hot or popular, I would have been a menace to society.
Why
like,
were you not having opportunities?
I was like incredibly overweight and a nerd and kind of probably like it's like I would love to say it was only my looks, but it was a good dose of personality.
Personality basis.
There's a lot of personality. Like there's some demerits on the personality as well. I love myself. She was doing her best, but you know,
Oh, sweetie.
it's like sweet. But I'm like, oh my God, were you running around? Were you crazy in high school?
What was your vibe?
Oh, I was insanely crazy, but it wasn't my fault. I like
And it never is.
No,
it wasn't my
Spoken
fault
like a hot woman.
because
Yeah.
you know I like was basically feral and had parents that were. My dad was like a rock star and
Mhm.
gone, and my mom she left, and so I was like,
This is so.
You're popping
Ooh.
off. Yeah.
I was popping off, and I was so horny, and I have to say, since turning 40, I'm like, wait, this is happening again. It's
We
the
just talked
same
about this on
resurgence.
our
level
last
of
episode.
horniness as when
Yeah.
you're a teenager.
We talked
Oh,
about this
yeah.
recently about like
Yes.
40-year-old women. I feel like it's genuinely
Very
like this massive jump,
jump.
all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then every woman I know that's 40 and up is like especially I feel like that decade in particular is
Yeah.
like,
It's the teens
Really?
and the
Wow.
40s.
Yeah,
and
they're like
you're just
feral.
like, I'm like,
it's like an Annie or novel.
Yeah.
Like,
So
ugh.
I should start voiceover now.
You should be voiceover for the next 11
being
years.
Next-
40
yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
not a
And
good
then-
time to be voiceover. Oh
Okay,
my
okay.
God.
So
Okay, this is
next
good.
11.
This is
No,
good.
this is good. Okay. So I
Quick
start
11
now.
years.
Quick 11 under my belt.
And then
Yeah.
we unleash you when you're 40 and you've been voiceover.
Unleash
Crazy.
you.
I'll be going to the skate park shows.
Yeah.
At 40.
Okay, so did you and your friends with benefits as they were at the time ever actually date?
Yeah. And this is kind of a recurring theme in my life. We were friends, then we were friends with benefits, and then eventually boyfriend, girlfriend, but that didn't really work out well. So then we broke up, but then we'd still hook up even though we weren't together anymore. We were together from sophomore year until I graduated high school. It was an ongoing thing for those 3 years. And then basically the same thing happened in college with a different person. Huh.
So he's not willing to commit.
Friends with benefits.
Well, he does
boyfriend,
commit and then they break
girlfriend.
up, but then he still keeps hooking up with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's loose.
I
He's
mean,
loosey-goosey.
I
Yeah,
guess
he
we've
is.
all done that. Like I've had the boyfriend that just is like,
Yeah.
we're together, we're not together, we're always kind of sleeping together. Like
I've never
I
had
actually
that.
have
but
never
I-
had that.
I
No, I
haven't.
haven't.
Neither of you.
No.
I'm like,
I mean-
we've all had that.
I do think it's a
Been
very common
there.
situation. I just
No,
think
yeah,
that like,
totally.
by the time I'm
Yeah.
done with the person, I'm not impulsive at all.
Oh,
So I don't
Yeah.
think that I could break up with somebody or like they would have to break up with me, I guess, for me to like keep wanting to.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know what circumstances under which like if
Huh.
I ended things, it's because it needs to be done.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
think I have friends that have had that they had like very volatile relationships.
That's what
Totally.
it is.
And so they
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
like a big fight and then it would end, but then there was still that chemistry there.
It's
And
the
I'm like,
toxic ones
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you keep go. So you haven't had a toxic relationship.
it wasn't toxic in a fun way. It was just more like boring toxic
Yeah.
where you're like,
Oh, it
"Ugh."
wasn't like hypersexual toxic.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
no.
Oh, yeah.
If it was
No.
that,
Yeah.
then I probably would have done it
Totally.
again. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
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 Those were my favorite back in the day, but
The toxic ones?
no more.
No more. We're
Guys,
done.
low lows, boys sober.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question for Mason is about his worst ex. So Mason, who's your worst ex and why?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
In my early 20s, I moved out to California and I moved into a house with 4 guys. I met a girl and we really hit it off. She was fiery and exciting, and I moved out of the boy house and into a place with her pretty quickly. We were only together for about 8 months. The whole time I was with her, she tried to force me to switch careers. Her parents were rich and they expected her to be with someone better. So they offered to pay for me to go to another school and get a different degree. They thought I was kind of garbage.
Oh my God.
Dang.
Okay.
My grandma was like, don't let them buy their daughter a husband.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes, like offering to pay for your daughter's boyfriend of only a few months to
That's
go get a degree is
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
That
to
is
A
get-
kinda
different degree
crazy.
too, because he is working on a degree.
I'm so curious what the degrees were.
I
One was
know.
like
I-
art and the other one was like finance.
Right. So he was there for college. He was
there
met
for-
her
Yeah.
for
I
school.
believe grad school.
Okay.
I believe at that time.
Wow.
So he was
Okay, so
getting
they
a
were
secondary
loaded.
degree,
Yeah.
and they were like, "What if you
Do this
go get
other thing.
different thing?" So it's like
That's
you're getting
so
a
crazy of a few months. Like
yeah. It's not like
yeah,
you're
that's so
that's insane.
crazy and controlling and
so the whole
ugh.
family is kind of fucked. Like
yes.
that's insane.
yes.
Okay.
Don't you worry. So was she also bad or just her family?
Yeah. Okay.
I was working a retail job while getting a degree. The company was opening a new location, so I started getting 10-hour shifts plus overtime.
Mhm.
She'd get wasted and text me nonstop, like, "Where are you? Why the fuck are you still at work?" Oh, poor little
Stress.
rich girl.
Jeez, yeah. Oh my God.
One night she was like, "My dad said they never pay employees to work this late. I know you're cheating on me." Ooh.
Oh.
Then she went and got blackout drunk at a bar, and I had to talk to my manager to see if I could leave work early to try to talk to her. She spent the entire night screaming and crying at me. God, I
Oh
just
my
wish
God.
I had been more crazy when I had the opportunity to be crazy. Like, I can't imagine ever being this girl.
No.
I couldn't agree. I never really was. Again,
I mean,
this
I
is not
was
going to surprise
crazy,
you.
but I wasn't like crazy to guys, I
Yeah.
don't think.
Yeah. Same. Same.
I've never been crazy. I
Me
was
either.
always like such a little, again, like
I need to
a little-
test it out.
I know. I need to kind of go
Maybe
nuts.
that's the next
Yeah,
step.
Villain era,
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Not that this
Maybe
is-
instead of going boy sober, I'm going to go
Boy
boy crazy and be
Yeah.
crazy.
Like actual crazy
Like an
mode.
antagonist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I need to
Stalk
start practicing.
people.
Yes. Yes.
There are
Yeah.
people doing like
Okay.
lighting people's stuff on fire. I feel like,
Yeah.
have either of
Yeah.
you guys ever thrown a drink at a guy?
No.
I mean, I haven't either, but I asked my mom that
No,
once because she
no,
dated a lot, and she
no.
was like, can't remember. And I was like, okay.
Okay, so he's going to try to get her to stop crying and she's screaming. And
Mhm.
honestly, I'd been living in a house of boys for a while and I was a terrible roommate. I do take responsibility for that. She would have crazy temper tantrums about it. There was a night where I was supposed to have done the dishes and I hadn't. Oh my
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Because I was a stupid 20-something-year-old. So there were dishes everywhere and she made dinner for us, but there was not that much counter space. So she made me a plate. And then I went over to the table to eat. And while she was making her own plate, all the food fell on the floor. She lost her fucking mind. And I was trying to get her to calm down. And she came and grabbed my plate off my lap and threw it on the ground too. First of all, why is your plate on your lap when you're eating dinner? Like,
There's some questions about
where,
that.
what about the table?
Yeah.
Why are there dishes everywhere? How do you
Yeah.
guys let it get this bad?
Right.
Even though I think Mason
Yeah.
tried to take some responsibility for it, I think that he's underplaying how bad of a roommate he was if there was no counter space and he's eating off his lap. I'm like, I
the
think that
lap, that says a lot.
It sounds like they're
Yeah, that's a good
both
catch.
filthy.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But also, as much as I like, she should not have had a temper tantrum or thrown his stuff on the ground. But when you have made a meal and then it all falls on the ground,
Oh my God.
and it's-
No,
game over.
devastating.
Yeah.
Game over.
I the
I might have
amount of
done the same
anger,
thing.
Yeah, I
like,
scream.
and then watching somebody have the plate of food that I can't have, and he did nothing and he didn't do the dishes. I think I would have probably done a similar.
I'd crash out for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have thrown his plate, but I would have left the room minimum so that I didn't throw
Minimum.
his plate.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of like fun and dramatic to like take someone's plate and throw it on the ground.
Yeah. Wow.
I want to do something like
I bet
that.
it felt good.
Yeah,
They
at least she didn't throw it at him.
Right. Right.
They should do like, the like rage rooms, but they should
Yeah.
have actors playing men that you used to date, so you can go through this and you can like
Ooh.
throw a drink on a guy or
I
throw
think
the
there
plate.
is a therapy that does that. There is some kind of like therapy where you're in a group and then you're all like acting out like you know, you're the parents to someone else and you're like role playing.
Whoa,
But I think
I would hate
therapy
to
they
be that
want to
role.
you want to like redo it, but do it like a kinder, better way. And I want to do it a worse way. I want to
Yeah,
handle
yeah.
it.
You're the
worse-
actor for
No,
that
that's
being
good,
hired.
because
You know
then
what I
you're
mean?
like, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
This is how it could have gone.
Yeah.
It is funny
Get
to be
over it.
an actor if
Yeah.
somebody's like terrible boyfriend or terrible parent.
Yeah, they need therapy from it. They're like, I'm getting abused every day. Like, women are hitting me, but I'm a hired actor.
Yeah, they do have to have like
non-union.
Yeah.
So not even getting paid well.
yeah, you have to like swipe your ID badge in to go be a hated boyfriend again. You're like, oh, this
Crying.
women
Yeah.
are so mad at me.
I
God.
feel like I'm like the hated girlfriend when I'm out interviewing men on the streets. They just project all their anger and rage at the women in their life.
That is
at
very
me.
interesting because
Yeah.
I feel like as a public figure that's a woman, especially one who talks about sex or men or dating, there's like a lot of hatred that's going to come your way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I feel like I've always been protected from a lot of it because I've always been online. I haven't been doing like on the street. Does that make you feel in danger ever? Does it like
Yeah.
get
How
your
is
fight or
that?
flight going?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Because
does.
it's face to face.
Yeah, a few times I've felt actually terrified, and there maybe two times I've been like to my camera person like, run.
Really?
way.
Yeah, it gets a little crazy out
God.
there sometimes, but I mean, mostly, yeah, just a couple times, and then now that people are like starting to recognize me in public, when they come up to talk to me. When it's men, when it's girls, I love it. I'm like, yay.
Yeah.
And then when it's guys, I'm like, oh
Here we
gosh,
go.
is this, do you like me? Do you hate me? What is this interaction going to be?
Yeah.
But I feel like there's also like for anybody who's online or a public figure, there's always like the projection of what a person thinks you are and
Yeah.
what their issues are with the character you're playing. Because also like
Mhm.
I don't think people understand that every single online person or anybody that you know of, any public figure is not real fully to you. Right?
Yeah.
You don't know them.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
all projection.
Yeah,
like-
totally. Well, I guess you're voiceover, but I was going to say maybe that'd be difficult with dating then too, but you haven't.
Well, no, actually, it's kind of been great because it's sort of because I write so much about my personal life and then I have this like crazy show about men. It kind of weeds out the people that shouldn't be
This is what I'm
that's
saying about
great.
being
in my life. Like,
Yeah.
if a guy is not comfortable with what I do, then he's not going to date me, and that's perfectly
Yeah.
great.
This
I
is
don't want to
exactly-
date these people anyway.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I know faster like who
Mhm.
should get if a guy like loves what I do, that's impressive. That means they like feel more secure within themselves.
Yeah.
Except for the weirdos that like want to be written about, and that's
Yeah.
happened
We've
a
talked
few
about this
times.
because people get really pumped up when
So pumped
Kelsey talks about them on the show. We're gonna have to start making
Yeah.
up fake stories
Yeah.
so that no one gets pumped up.
I know. Or they're like, oh, I bet they say the world's most boring thing ever. And they're like, and I bet you're going to say that on the show, huh? Or like, or
No,
they're like,
literally,
oh,
like-
I know.
Yeah, you sleep
yeah.
with someone and then they're like, "Are you going to write about this?"
Oh,
like,
people say stuff like that.
brother.
all the
and then
time.
I'm
no.
like, only if you do something shitty and crazy,
Exactly,
and then they do
exactly.
because they want to be written about.
Yes.
Yep. I had a guy reach
Psychos.
out recently who he told me he wasn't interested. And then a few weeks ago, he reached out and was like, hey, I was just wondering if you want to get drinks tonight. And I was like, no, I don't know. And he was like, oh, I just, thought it'd be nice to yap and I could give you more material. And I was like,
Ew!
oh my God. Well, there it was. So
Ew.
thank you for that.
Yeah.
That's what you gave me.
Yeah,
You're an
I got
idiot.
it.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's like,
That
don't we
is-
have enough material? We have enough
Right,
stories,
think
you
we're
guys.
good.
Men, we have
Good.
enough stories. We're good.
That is
good.
so
We don't need
embarrassing
any
for
more.
him.
I know.
So
What's that
embarrassing.
Kardashian quote that's like, Mom, that's so embarrassing for your soul? That is that's embarrassing for you.
I should have sent that to him.
You should have.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well.
back to Mason's business of his girlfriend at the time throwing her food on the floor. His food on the floor
Oh
too.
yes, the food on the
Mhm.
floor.
Okay, so this is his worst ex. And how did things end with your worst ex?
We went on a trip to Vegas. Oh, I just got back
Oh.
from Vegas. Okay. We both had a bad time, and on the drive home, we got into a big fight. She said I needed to change careers or we were going to break up. I told her that I'd change careers if she'd be nicer to me.
Oh my God.
And she said, no.
This poor man.
Like, what?
Jeez.
Mason jars. You
Come
need to
on.
get a spine. Okay. So we broke up. We had to break our lease and move out. It was a whole thing. We were both shitty. She definitely had anger issues, but I wasn't great to live with. Okay.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
see. I see
Okay.
that. It all ends in Vegas.
If you can't have
Yeah.
fun with somebody in Vegas, then
Oh.
that's a problem.
I
yeah.
have gone to Vegas with somebody and then broken up right after.
Oh, it's
Right
like the
after.
IKEA of
Bad.
cities.
Like, yeah. It's
Really?
the breakup city.
Yeah.
It's the make it or break it city.
It really is. I had a bad time with an ex in
You
Vegas.
did. Wow, yeah.
Bad. And we broke up a couple months later.
Okay.
It took me a second.
Yeah.
But yeah. That was a bad one.
It's such a fun place. Like what what
I feel
When
like
you're
it's
with a
dark.
man-
It's got a really dark
the
demonic
underbelly.
energy and it
Yeah.
can really
Sin
Yeah.
get
City.
in there.
And men bring that out. Like if you go with your girlfriends, we had a great time going
We had a
together.
great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We almost got married, and then we
Did
realized
with
we
each
did.
other?
Yeah, we thought it'd be
Oh,
funny.
We
that's
thought it'd be
so
funny.
cute.
And
Yeah, I know.
my boyfriend was like fine with it. He was like, "That's okay."
I was like, sure.
But then it turned out that I would have lost my health insurance.
And then divorce is expensive. Like
it really went. We were like so close. We genuinely were
close.
looking up how late.
So cute.
Because we were like, it'd be
Yeah.
so nice to be divorced in your 20s. Like it's so
Yeah,
chic.
I
just
know,
like
it's
it.
so chic. I want to
Yeah.
be
So
divorced so bad.
yeah.
I know it's so chic, and
Mhm.
yeah, there's still time.
there's time.
There's
There's
time.
There's time.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll never be divorced in my 20s, but
I know.
Yeah. Oh.
I guess I can just start lying about it.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Who
Okay.
is Mason's one who got away?
There was a woman in my undergrad program in college named Daisy. We met freshman year and hit it off immediately. We had crazy sexual chemistry. She's the one who taught me how to have sex. I'd had sex for a while before her, but it was all bad. She was the first person who communicated. It was life-changing. Girls, you got to learn how to communicate to
Daisy.
these men. They don't know
Yes.
what to do otherwise.
Mhm.
We were together all 4 years of undergrad on and off. Initially, we'd been great friends and we were both obsessed with the idea of non-monogamy. So we were sleeping with everyone else on campus, just
my
both
God.
sleeping around nonstop. I love how horny Mason is.
I know.
It's a big part
It's a
of Mason's
rabbit.
personality. We love it.
Eventually, we decided we just wanted to be with each other. So we were together for 6 months. And then we broke up and it was nasty and mean and angry.
Oh no.
This is so interesting because I accidentally dated a non-monogamous guy, I don't know, 9 years ago or something. And I didn't know that that was his thing.
Oh, okay.
And then a
didn't
couple
tell
weeks
you?
into it, no, he didn't tell me. And a couple weeks into it, he was like, "Oh, I met your ex-boyfriend last night." And I was like, "What? How'd you put it together?" And he's like, "Yeah, I date this couple and the wife dates your ex-boyfriend and we were all at dinner together, like one big happy family."
That is a real closed circuit.
And
Yeah.
and he was like, "Yeah, and I'm going to Joshua Tree with this girl Holly tomorrow that I'm dating." And then the ex-boyfriend was like, "My Holly?" And he's telling me this story like it's
Like
nothing.
nothing.
And we're
Oh
about
my
to go on a
God.
trip together. And I was like, wait, what?
So did you
Oh
think
my
that you guys were
God.
exclusive?
We hadn't talked about it. I was like, maybe he's dating other people, but I didn't know that that
Had, like,
this
a
was
Yeah,
like
Yeah, a
established-
whole other
had
ecosystem.
relationship and
Yeah.
ecosystem.
Yeah,
Yes.
like, oh my God.
And the ecosystem involved my ex-boyfriend,
And
which
my
was the
God.
craziest part. But weirdly, I mean, it ended kind of messy, of course, but
Yeah.
he wrote me the other day and apologized.
Wow.
wow.
And I know.
Wait,
and
did you
was-
guys still go on the trip then after?
We
Oh, you did? Okay.
We did. And I spent the whole trip doing drugs and he was mad at me. And then I was like, "Surprise, I'm a drug addict." And he's like, "Surprise, I'm poly," you know?
Yeah. Wow.
We
So-
all bring things to the table.
Yeah, we do. That's
I had my own secrets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a double.
Yeah.
It evened out.
But
I think it's kind of refreshing that Mason's so horny because I feel like because of obvious reasons / their own actions, it's not like men don't talk about being horny as much, which is
Mhm.
yeah.
in general because they can't handle it a lot. But that means that I feel like I don't have exposure to men that I'm like, oh, you're like really into sex in not a creepy way, that you're just like enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
It is.
Scorpio men,
Oh.
Yeah.
really, really into sex.
If anyone's a
Really.
Scorpio man and wants to share more stories with us,
Hey.
email us.
Come on, email us.
But it's usually kind of borderline creepy.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Pros and cons.
That guy that I just told the story about.
Scorpio man.
Scorpio man.
Mm.
Yep.
But thank God he apologized. That's nice.
Yeah, he wrote me
Not
a
many do.
really nice note on my DMs and was like, I've been watching your show about men and I think you're doing important work and I'm sorry that
So he's an Aries
Aw.
rising. Just
I
kidding.
didn't-
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm sorry I didn't treat you better and blah blah blah. It was really nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was really nice actually.
That's great.
There have been so many
Yeah.
stories that we've done or people that we've talked to as guests that have had people come back into their life and apologize.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's
That's
been
so
very
interesting.
encouraging that I think people do. A lot of people do reflect on their behavior
I think
over
that
time.
was one of the first times that's ever happened
Wow.
to me. So
I had someone do that to me too, a DM, and I really was surprised that he apologized to me because it was from high school. But he sent a long DM,
Wow.
super apologetic about how he treated me, and he wasn't great, but it wasn't like horrific. But I was like, well, this is nice. This is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That's
So-
nice. Everybody, if something's weighing on your heart, you should
Yeah.
write to people.
Yeah.
That's a good. We like it.
We love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to Daisy. And so everyone around us was like, you make parties shitty. It sucks to be around when you're around each other. Our friends came up to us separately and had an intervention, but we'd still been hooking up. So we just decided to keep the sex secret. Ooh, secret sex is fun.
Okay, fun.
we would pretend to dislike each other and be done with each other publicly and then meet up and have sex. We had incredible sex and great sexual chemistry. And even though we fought and bickered all the time and didn't really like each other, the sex was so incredible. So it was like, well, we have to keep having sex.
Yeah, he just is like, I guess we're like, he's had sex so many times, I know, but he was just like he just was. I do think you're right about the secret sex though. Like
That's fun.
we've talked about this too. If like as
Yeah.
soon as you say like, oh, we can't do this or like we shouldn't.
Then it's like,
It's
okay,
so
well,
hard.
we're
It's
doing
like,
it.
okay, we're gonna do
Yeah.
it.
Actually,
Yeah.
the boyfriend that was now dating the wife of the,
Yeah.
girlfriend of the guy I was dating. I
Yeah.
think that's how it works. He and I had secret sex for a long time because our friends did the same thing. They were like, you guys are so
Oh.
toxic together.
That is so ideal. I'm gonna start
Wow.
having
Yeah.
when I want people to get together. I'm gonna start planting an intervention seed and being
Be
like,
you
can't be
guys
together.
cannot be together.
They're
They're
like,
like, why?
what? We barely
get along.
Yeah, just fine.
Yeah. Actually,
We
everything's
don't know
fine.
each other.
Yeah,
Why?
Yeah, like,
Sophia, I don't know that
why?
man that's at your house for this party. Like, I don't know.
Like, what is wrong
I'm
with
like,
Sophia?
you cannot talk to him anymore. Just really hoping that it brings them
It's very
together.
human to like want what we can't have, I
Oh,
suppose.
yeah. It makes it better.
Yeah.
It's
and then
so-
to get it.
Yep.
So
It's gratifying.
satisfying.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
also the fact that like we all like secret stuff so much is so funny because it's kind of childish. Like it's like a little kid sneaking like candy where you're like we're all adults. It's fine if you want to have sex. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah,
even
right.
as adults, we're all like, ooh, secret.
I know, it's so
Yeah.
true. We are like, I mean, not me, but lots of people are very secretive about their sex
Yes.
lives.
Yeah.
When it's like just
It's
everyone's
fine.
doing it.
Everyone's
Yeah.
doing it. They know
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah.
sex and death. Why are we not? Why is it so taboo?
Let's open the floor. Let's open the
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah. Okay, so how did things end with Daisy?
Throughout this entire 4 years, I had a best friend, Matilda. Oh, it's
Oh.
always another woman. We lived together all 4 years of college and did everything together. She was along for the ride the whole time with Daisy. She saw it all. She was part of the intervention. Matilda was one of the people being like, you two are toxic. Christmas break, our senior year, Matilda and I decided to go on a road trip to spend Christmas with her family. We weren't even a few hours into the drive when she was like, I've been seeing someone and it's pretty serious. She started telling me that she was in love with this person. At some point, she was like, okay, fine, I'll tell you. It's Daisy.
Didn't go where you two thought.
Oh my God. I thought she was going to be like, it's you. Like,
Yeah.
Mason, you know?
Yeah.
I know both
We're
of you.
actually together.
Whoa.
Mason.
Yeah.
It's Daisy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so
Oh.
what the hell was my only possible question to
Yeah.
that?
Okay. I think everyone in my undergraduate friend group slept with each other at some point or another, but this was the most extreme situation. She told me like she was confiding a huge secret to me that she had not told anyone. But meanwhile, I knew that I'd been sleeping with Daisy for months and months. Well, years and years.
So he's still hooking up with Daisy. And meanwhile, his best friend Matilda is sitting in this car. They're on the way to her family's house for Christmas. That's how close the two of them are. He's going to go spend Christmas with her family. And she's like, guess what? I'm madly in love with Daisy. And he was like,
wait, and they've been hooking up, Matilda and Daisy, or no? They had been?
Yes.
But is he in theater school at this point? Like, honestly, this is so theater school coded.
This is all very messy.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
I don't know if I've ever had like this many like messy.
I saw it when I was an acting major and everybody was fucking each other. So that's why I'm like, wow.
I do think,
I mean, it's like, they're crazy.
Certain workplaces and jobs that really invite that, where you're like, oh my God, the number of diagonal crisscross lines around here of who's sleeping with who and they don't know. And you're like,
restaurants.
Right, restaurants.
Yeah.
When we worked at a theater, everybody was.
Yeah.
It was
TV shows.
Yeah.
I think that like a lot of
Arts.
people that, in the arts that like attention and validation from external sources. And then when they don't get it, it's like, well, sex is an easy way to fulfill that pain.
And bands. Okay.
Bands are crazy. I mean, this is what happened to Fleetwood Mac essentially. And it made some of the best albums of all time. And ABBA, like basically.
Basically anything where you're in a group.
Right.
Really group dynamics.
And we get great art from
Maybe
it. Yeah,
the math department is doing it and we just don't know because we're not in the math department.
I bet all the math
department
are
is doing it.
fucking for sure.
Oh, 100%.
I hope.
Probably,
and it's probably even crazier because they probably have a gender imbalance that's crazy. So there's probably like, not to assume, but there's probably one or two women there that are like, I can clean up shop whenever I want.
Yeah.
They're doing crazy things
But
we haven't even heard
women kind of always clean up shop if we really want to?
Often.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But sometimes the balance is hard. Like when you're in theater, it's a little bit more competitive as a woman.
It is.
That's true.
It is. But everybody's like bisexual or gay in theater.
I don't understand why
like,
more straight men don't go to get into theater as a hobby just for the sex part of it.
Yeah.
I'm like some of the horniest women I've ever met in my life.
I think a couple men have figured it out, but
theater women in their 40s probably crazy.
Oh my God, it is crazy.
They should do like a community theater 40 edition.
Yeah.
God, I bet that's fun.
Theater school women in their 40s.
Oh my God.
Oh, I bet.
Okay, so did Matilda believe that she and Daisy were exclusive?
Yes. I was sitting in the car with my best friend, and she reveals she's fallen in love with the girl I've been secretly sleeping with. And I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Do I tell her and break her heart and make this whole trip horrible? Or do I start texting Daisy? It was so lose-lose.
Oh my God, because it's secret. Yes. So she doesn't even know.
That's what I'm saying. She has no idea.
And Daisy is really
Daisy's
the troublemaker.
Like, yes. Daisy's the problem.
Yeah.
They would need to call her up.
Girl,
yeah.
Daisy.
I would have gotten Daisy on the phone so fast. I would have been like, pull over. I'm having diarrhea. We would have gotten over. I would have been like, don't listen to the bathroom. And then I would have been like, Daisy, we have a code red.
Going on?
Yeah. And you're the problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
The fuck, Daisy.
Yeah.
But the Matilda should know about Daisy's ways.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, if you've had to have an intervention with your friend, like it seems like a anyway.
Right. Because she start?
She's the one who like spearheaded the intervention about the two of them only a year before this situation. So she did know for a fact that they had dated. She just did not know that they had continued after the breakup to be hooking up.
Okay.
Very awkward.
Okay. Wow.
Very awkward. Okay. So how long had Matilda been with Daisy?
Well, that was the thing. I had no clue when it had started or how long it had been romantic. I eventually learned that it had been going on for a month or two. It was a pretty recent development. We all did a lot of psychedelics. I think Daisy ended up in an intimate situation with Matilda while they were high, and then they started hooking up. What got me was the weird manipulation Daisy had to do to get Matilda to keep it a secret from everyone for a while. That was a crazy move.
I think that's a good point, because not only is Daisy lying about her and Mason to Matilda, but she's telling Matilda, like, keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Because it was a secret that no one knew.
So
That's
Daisy's making
crazy.
like how many
Daisy.
other people is Daisy making
Right.
Daisy's
have
just like
secrets?
a lot
Pulling the
going
puppet
on.
strings.
So did you
Man.
tell Matilda?
Ultimately, I didn't say anything to Matilda. I just let her tell me everything and we went on our vacation together. I don't know if that was the best decision, but after the trip, things started to become more public with Daisy and Matilda, and I backed away from Daisy.
Mm.
I mean, I feel like
I don't think it's a bad move to do that, to just stay
yeah,
silent, let
just,
them
like,
figure that out.
go in the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
Homer
would have done
Simpson
the
into the bush.
same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I think so too. I
Yeah.
think that's like a nice, like you don't need to get involved and blow this up. And
No.
she's going to find out who Daisy is, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And-
Let Daisy
Mhm.
do her weird thing.
okay, so are they still together and do you still talk to them?
No, Matilda ended up reconnecting with a girlfriend from years before, and they moved to Alabama to open a greenhouse together. Aw, that's cute.
Yeah.
They're in love and married now. I've talked to her, but not to Daisy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very cute. I'm glad everything ended up okay for sweet Matilda.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Uh-huh.
Matilda really got.
Daisy, come on,
Fuck
man.
Daisy.
Yeah. That's like, that's
If you're
crazy
Daisy and you have a
work.
different version of events, or you would just like to share your sloppy story with us, we want to
We'd
know
love
more.
to know.
We're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
nosy.
We want to hear your side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Daisy.
we
hear your
do.
side,
We
girl.
do.
Because that's a mess. Who else were you
Yeah.
with?
Right, right.
Yeah,
She
what's
really had a
going
whole
on?
other
What-
boyfriend.
What was your childhood like?
Right.
It's
Right.
wild because also you don't, especially in college. I mean, maybe this is the only way Matilda was going to be with her, but it seems like you don't have to be like, we're exclusive and keep this a secret and all that. It seems like you could be like, that was a fun hookup. I'm also hooking up with other people still.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Mhm.
Why does it need to be so secretive?
Because secret sex is fun. That's
Exactly.
why. That's why Daisy
Exactly.
was doing it.
Daisy has a keen understanding of what makes people tick.
she does.
She
yeah. She
doesn't have
understands the
keen-
human psyche.
Yeah, she doesn't really
Yeah.
understand
Grip on it.
ethics, but that's
No.
all right.
No.
You
We've
win
all
some,
got our
you lose
strengths.
some.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get to Mason's craziest stories.
We have,
We aren't there yet. What is your craziest sex story, Mason?
I have a lot. I'm not
Yes, we
surprised. There was a 2-year period in my 20s in San Diego where my wife moved away. And so I slept with as many people in San Diego as I could. Wait, huh? Guys and girls.
I promise you we will get back from that insane lore drop.
Guys and girls?
Yeah, he's bi. He's,
Wow. Oh,
yeah,
right.
he's-
Okay. Wow.
as
wow.
many people
Great.
as you could? Wow.
Okay.
You guys, I'm so excited. It's so nice knowing what's coming because
Okay. Now I want to know what's coming. There was an anonymous confession app called Whisper.
Mm.
One morning, a girl in my area posted, "Who wants to come eat me out?"
iconic.
Yeah, that's
Iconic. Anybody up? Denny's
Yeah.
Grand Slam.
Anyone
And then
I understand that feeling, but to actually go through with it is like,
Wild. That's iconic. What a risk.
yeah,
We're
what
brave,
a risk.
yeah.
There was no picture, no information.
Wow.
Again, it's anonymous. And I just messaged her a photo and I was like, yeah, I'll come right now.
Wow.
And she sent me her address. I was in the shower getting ready to go. And she was like, wait, don't you want to see pictures? I realized because I'd been on Grindr recently that I had Grindr brain. Duh.
Oh, the
With
age old.
guys,
Yeah.
you can just see a pic of a dick or an ass and then message someone an address.
Mm.
I do think it's funny that she had to be like, don't you want to see a picture of me?
you wanna
And
know
he
what
was
I
like,
look like?
oh, yeah, I guess.
That is so funny. That's so guy coded. Like, yeah, sure.
I was just
I'll
gonna
come.
go eat a
Just-
pussy.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
a pussy
yeah.
will do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pussy's a pussy.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Also, I had grinder brain.
yeah.
That old saying.
Grinder brain.
Yeah, I
I'm
got
going to start
grinder
using
brain.
that.
Oh,
Oh, man,
sorry.
I had grinder brain.
Yeah, I have grinder brain. Sorry.
I
One
do
sec.
feel like he has had grinder brain for a lot of this. So
Yeah.
yeah,
He
Yeah.
invented grinder brain.
it is funny to just get a pic of her and be like, yeah, send me
Yeah.
the address. Like,
Instead of
Wild.
like what we all have from COVID, which is now I can't think of it. The
brain fog or like
brain
Oh, yeah.
fog.
Yeah,
Instead
yeah,
of
yeah.
brain fog,
He
I'm
has
going to be
grind-
like
it's grinder
brain.
brain.
Yeah, sorry.
Or
one
like
second.
pregnancy brain, people
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
where
Grinder
they're
brain.
like, oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
pregnancy brain. I'm like, sorry, grinder brain.
Grinder brain. Sorry.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Give me
me in a meeting.
Yeah.
An important
Just like
work
a bunch of dicks flying.
Just
Right.
sticks,
Yeah, yeah,
sticks,
dick,
sticks,
dick,
sticks, sticks,
yeah.
assholes, buttholes,
Yeah,
dick
exactly.
sticks.
I do think it is kind of funny though, because it's like, oh, the risk for men is different as a calculus, or they're socialized with it being a different calculus than for us. So there is kind of just like, here's an address, show up, have
Yeah.
fun. It is bold of this woman to be like, here's my, like, do you want a picture of me? Like,
Bold.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, like right
okay.
before I went boy sober, I was like going the other way. And I was like, maybe I just need to find some like 20-year-old boys to have sex with because then feelings won't be involved
Right.
and it'll
Yeah.
just be like sex and I can just get my 40-year-old self off. And
Yeah.
then I went on Fields for like an hour and then I was like, but how would this work? Like, am I actually just going to give some stranger from the internet my address? Like, there are men out there that really hate me, like really want me to not be here. What if they're like catfishing? I just got super paranoid. And then I was like talking to one boy, that sounds so gross.
Men do it all the time though. They're like, I was talking to a girl and I'm like, were you talking to an adult woman?
I was talking to one young man.
A young lad.
And he was like, "Oh, let me come over." And I was like, I can't just give you my address.
No.
And he's like, "Well, we could FaceTime." So like I FaceTimed him, but I still was like, I can't give you my address.
No.
It is funny what does make us feel safe about people because like it is like I would feel safer if I FaceTime somebody, but that doesn't give me new information.
No.
Yeah, no.
But you can get a vibe, I guess.
Kind of, but like
Ish.
I still don't trust this person to not want me dead.
No.
So I was, and he was like, "Oh, well, we could like meet on a street corner." And then I was like, "Well, what about like a dinner?" And then I was like,
how about
"Wait,
restaurants?
I don't want to go to dinner with like a 22-year-old. That's weird too." And then I was like, "Who would pay?" And I got all in my head about it, and it became very stressful. And then I realized this is just too stressful. I can't do it. And so
a street corner?
A street corner is a crazy suggestion.
I'd rather give my home address.
I would so much rather.
Street corner?
Somebody being like, "Hey,
come on.
You know where Hoover and you're like third
Vermont?
No.
Yeah. Let's meet there."
Absolutely not.
No.
This is also so funny because I kid you not, street corners are going to come up very soon in this.
Oh,
so
my God.
you really previewed this very well.
Okay.
So did it work out with the woman on Whisper who was asking to have someone come meet her out?
Yeah, I went there, ate her out. Then she gave me head and fingered me a bit, and that was the end of it. It was like, "Have a nice day."
Wow.
I want to know.
Done.
I'm assuming she fingered this asshole. And
I do too.
Yeah.
Like, what a crazy move on that. On an anonymous app to just be like, "Come on over," and then never see this person again.
Just finger somebody.
Yeah, see, bless my asshole, and I'm going.
I've never even heard of Whisper. Is that like a?
It used to be. I think it was like it's those like anonymous confession app kind of things.
Yeah,
I think it was
Ask FM or something.
Yeah, it was. But you could submit your secret publicly, and it was big on my college campus, and they had different local ones, and you could just be like, I had, like, I got a blowjob in the journalism building today, like on a local level.
Yeah.
But eventually people realized they could do what this woman is doing, which is communicate with other people because you could message them.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
I wish I could be not that picky.
I wish I could not care about my safety for like 4 minutes.
Like
I
just
wish
4 minutes.
Yeah, just 4.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking pretty big safety risks sometimes, but that one is a stretch for me. I feel like I don't know if
it is fun when
I
you
would do
find
that.
your safety line.
I think that's my
It's
safety
nice.
line. That's my.
I mean,
my
back when I drank, I did a lot of dangerous things. So yeah, and now I can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
I just care. I care too much about my safety.
That's
Yeah.
good.
I also care about I don't care about my safety that much. I care more about it seems exhausting to get out of certain situations or to clean up the mess of them.
Yeah.
That's like the worst
So I don't
part.
worry about like someone coming to murder me because I don't that's so much effort on their part and like
It would take a lot.
you're gonna ruin your life to kill me
Yeah.
at random. Like okay. But the messiness of like
Getting out of a situation.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
All right. So you never saw this woman again after this?
No, during this time, I probably slept with 20 or 30 people.
Wow.
Mason's so busy. Wow. And how does Mason have time to do anything else?
Right.
And I never saw any of them again. I lived a 15-minute walk from a bar, so I'd walk there, open Grindr or Tinder or talk to someone at the bar. Then I'd go to their house and have sex with them on my way home. One night I was walking between two bars and there was a pretty girl waiting at the crosswalk, and I said, "Cute dress." And we started talking and then got a drink at the bar I was headed to, and then went straight to her place and had sex. Probably 1 hour from beginning to end.
So the corner worked for him.
Wow.
Street corner.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cute dress to having sex within an hour.
I guess maybe that's kind of the key is a street corner.
Yeah,
We
it
need
is.
to- yeah.
Yeah, just stand at the corner.
Yeah.
Waiting on the crosswalk.
Right.
Just looking kind of
In your
cute.
cute
In your
dress.
cute little dress.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
what
ever
I'm going to
cross.
do, actually.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
then-
Whenever
same.
you're ready to not be boy sober, put your cutest dress on and go to the nearest crosswalk.
I think I know where I'm going to go to. There's a I do.
What? You have like a horny street corner?
Yeah, there's a really good intersection in Pasadena, and it's
Pasadena,
It's,
that's very
the
safe.
X one. The
it's the
X
X1.
one.
It's like, brrr, and then you can go crazy mode,
yep.
diagonal. I'm
Yeah.
going to go there.
That is.
It's
there's
on
kind of-
Colorado, and I don't know the other cross street.
I know
but
exactly
I'm going
what you're
there.
talking about. All right, now we're gonna get to the best sex that Mason has ever had.
Ooh.
Mason, what's the best sex you've ever had?
Well, one that really stands out is when I was on a work trip to Colorado.
There it is.
I'm a bottom. But before this trip, I'd played with toys before, but I had never actually had sex with a guy. I didn't figure out I was attracted to men until I was in college, and even then I didn't hook up with them. So I was probably 23 at the time, and before the trip, I set my Tinder to the area I was going to be in. I finished my work and I left my roommate in our hotel room, and I went to meet up with this random guy. He was a big, burly Hispanic dude, and we just went straight to the bedroom and had incredible sex. We had sex a few times, and then I just took an Uber back to my job-appointed hotel.
There is something inherently horny about a work trip, so I kind of get it, but it is hilarious to just be
Yes.
the roommate of that person for your work trip, and your work roommate leaves, goes and gets railed a few times, and then comes back. like you know what happened.
Got railed.
That's
by a
awesome.
big Hispanic
That's
man.
awesome.
I mean, I always want to have sex on a work trip, and I never have sex on a work trip, but
Damn.
I'm going to go stand at a street corner
Yes.
next time.
Yes. On your work trip.
Yeah.
Work trip is
They're
so
like,
fun.
yeah,
Like, God,
yeah.
I've never had a work trip. None of
Oh.
so this is going to shock everyone, but I've never had a job that's been like, yeah, we need you to travel.
You're going to
Yeah.
have a work trip now.
We're going to
gonna-
make them
this
do
is
it now.
happening.
Work trip edition.
And
Yeah,
you're going to be
work
like,
trip
where's
edition.
Kelsey and Sophia? They're on the street corner.
Yeah.
You need to take
Yeah.
this show on the road so
And
you
we're
can
trying.
have
Yeah.
a work trip.
We've
We
repeatedly
need to
been
have a work
told,
trip.
no, you have a studio here. Please stop asking.
Yeah, but
nevertheless,
we
she
need a work trip.
persisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this section, I called it wife guy because I think we all remember when Mason Lord dropped that he has a wife that was
Yeah.
gone for 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the wife being gone for 2 years. Okay, we're going to
Yeah.
find out.
we're going to find out more. So earlier you mentioned you have a wife. What's the story there?
Mm.
How'd you two meet?
I worked at a grocery store when I was like 23, and I was dating another woman who worked at the grocery store. She was 9 years older than me, and we dated for 6 months. This was in my period where I was really into moms.
Okay.
Mason is, I just
Hilarious.
love how open-minded Mason is, to be honest.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I dated 3 single moms in a row.
Wow. Icon.
So I was dating this mom who worked with me, and we both realized we had a crush on another girl who worked at the store, Eliza. So we invited Eliza to be our third, not as another girlfriend per se, but someone we could hook up with. And she said yes. We all texted and flirted for a while. I let my girlfriend see Eliza individually, and the two of them were hooking up for a bit. Once they got comfortable, we arranged for the 3 of us to hook up at my house. I was living at that house with all the guys, and I invited one of my roommates that night as well. So it was actually a foursome, but that was a one-off. He was never part of it after that.
Wow.
We
Um,
still don't
okay.
know how the
Oh,
wife
we're going
came.
to.
Okay.
My response to that was, that really sucks to get dropped from the foursome. Because
Yeah, that was a one-time deal.
Yeah,
But
yeah, they're
what-
like,
that
whoa, not
sucks.
Alex or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
God, my feelings would
Yeah,
be
what
hurt.
did he do?
Yeah.
If
I,
what did he do
I'm at
wrong?
home with
Right.
my roommate, invited for a foursome, and then the next time I see they all
not
went to the
invited.
room
in the
and
bedroom, and
not-
then I went, even if I didn't want to, I'd be like, well, an invite would have been nice.
Yeah.
like even if
yeah. Even
and
if I would have
meanwhile,
said
I'm on
no.
the couch, like eating Kraft mac and cheese, watching Scrubs or something sad, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Sometimes
okay,
that's better
have
than a
fun.
foursome, though.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's way
Oh,
better. I'm
God,
sure
that
it's
sounds
That
amazing.
actually sounds so
Sounds so good right now.
I also foursome or Kraft
mac and cheese. I'm
But
choosing
also
Kraft mac and
keep
cheese.
in mind that the 3 other people do work together, and
Right.
you're just the roommate. It's a mess.
Well, now we've uncovered the other horniest workplace, a grocery store.
Yeah,
So-
grocery
so true.
stores are so hot. I always want to
Yeah.
meet someone in a grocery store.
It is
I
the cutest
If
place
you
to
see
meet.
me at the grocery store, come
Act like it's a
say
street
hi.
corner.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know what to do.
You know what to do.
You know
Cute
what to
dress, Holly.
do.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. Yeah, it was fun or whatever, but he wasn't the vibe.
Oh no.
Another blow.
We'd been planning the threesome for a while, and in the moment it made sense to invite him, but it just wasn't a fit. So after, what does that mean?
I know, what vibes was he bringing that were kind of like,
I know. Like,
So after that night, my girlfriend and I kept seeing Eliza. Every now and then we'd all 3 get together. But then eventually, the single mom, my girlfriend, broke up with me, but each of us were still individually seeing Eliza. This is very
again,
common for Mason.
yeah.
I also moved out of the boy house and I stopped working at the grocery store. Eventually, Eliza and I became more serious, like boyfriend, girlfriend, and she moved in with me and my roommate. Then very abruptly, she got accepted into a nursing program across the country, and she had to leave for 2 years at the height of our early relationship. Those were the 2 years where I slept with everyone in San Diego. At what point did he marry Eliza?
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
there's more coming.
Okay.
Don't you worry. Don't you worry.
Okay. You're like, we're getting there.
For the 2 years that your wife or Eliza was gone, what was your guys' agreement?
I mean, I had a job and an apartment and a dog, and she had to leave very suddenly. And in hindsight, I should have just moved with her to go to school. But in the moment, it was such a surprise, and I felt like I couldn't uproot my life. So we agreed we could still be together, but it would be open the whole time she was gone.
Mm.
So we were technically still together, but open. I wasn't romantic with anyone else, and we'd Skype and call, and she'd visit on holiday breaks and stuff. And then when she came back, we got serious and moved in together, just us. And then we got engaged, and we've been together for 13 years.
Okay.
So things kind of all make sense
Okay.
once you get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, 13.
Okay, wow. They really loved each other. This sounds like
Congrats. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's time for a status update on Mason. What is your current situation, and are you happy?
drum roll. We're totally happy.
Yes.
Yay.
I'm kind of a house husband right now because my wife is working full time from home and I work part time and cook and clean and take care of our pets. We still party, but we're not going to the mountains to do shrooms and have sex with strangers anymore.
Okay.
Okay. I'd say we're about 98% monogamous.
So not monogamous.
Okay, yeah.
That's just not monogamous.
What's the 2%?
Every now and then we'll hook up with another person.
Okay.
So you'll hook up with somebody together, not separately.
Yeah, exactly. The last 2 times, though, the 3 of us will hook up and then I'll go to sleep and she'll go and have an 8-hour-long romantic hookup with the woman. When we do hook up with someone else, I am extremely not jealous.
There's more
Okay.
to this one.
Okay. We both love each other and we're both attracted to each other and we're both bi. I'm crazy attracted to guys and she's crazy attracted to girls, but we mostly see women because she doesn't love the idea of having sex with 2 guys. She's just not the same as me in terms of jealousy. If I were to hook up with another woman, it's only because she's there with us doing it and she's so into women. Last year, we were in a hot tub with a couple. It's always a hot tub. This is why I don't go into hot tubs.
Really?
I feel like
Really?
everyone's having like orgies in hot tubs and they're just
I do think for
Yeah.
a certain type of person, they like a switch turns on.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
you're
it's a hot tub.
overcooked.
It's always a hot tub.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always a hot tub.
Always a hot tub.
Yep. Last year, we were in a hot tub with a couple, a man and a woman, and we all hooked up. But that's about the closest we'd get. I've told her that she can hook up with other people without me. I'm fine with that as long as she comes back and tells me about it because that's exciting to me.
Oh, okay.
Aww.
Aw.
Sweet Mason.
Mason jar.
Yeah.
Our
Mason
girl.
jar. That's great. sweet.
I mean, I like Mason.
I do too.
Same.
He seems really sweet.
Yeah, Mason's really sweet.
Yeah. And he had such a positive vibe. And at one point he was talking about, when he was talking about his wife and him, he was saying that he's like, I'm kind of attracted to everyone. I think I could find almost anyone hot. Like, you know, and I was like, oh, this is why you were able to clean up shop.
That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah. I'm not like that. I'm
No,
not
me either.
attracted to anybody.
You're not attracted to anybody?
It's rare. It's
Really?
very rare.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you do see a hot person. I feel like
Oh my
sometimes.
God.
Yeah.
It's
It's
wild.
shocking.
I
You're
love
like,
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love seeing one in the wild.
Most men are pretty ugly.
a lot of them are not putting
Yeah.
in the effort that the situation calls for. And the situation is life.
Yeah. For a while, when we would see a hot one, I think this started when we were on like vacation. We said
We were in Italy. We have a
in
live
Italy. We have a live one.
have a live
And we
one.
would text each other. There's
Live
a live
one,
one.
live one.
Live one here.
What did we learn today from Mason? What did we learn from being somebody and sharing their business?
Grinder mindset.
Grinder myself.
That's
I'm
actually
carrying that with me.
Grinder
Yeah,
brain.
grinder brain. Grinder brain.
mindset's kinda-
Yeah. Grinder mindset. Grinder brain. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Mason's open-mindedness.
Mhm.
Like, I just like, Mason just loves to love.
Yeah.
I love
does.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little cutie.
Yeah, and he really is, I feel like he really tries to do the right thing. Like,
Yeah.
he's trying to be respectful of everybody's stuff. And
I think he's occasionally that is counterbalanced with his horniness. So he has to be like, okay, I really want to do the right thing, but
Yeah.
I'm also in the middle of trying to fuck everyone in San Diego.
Yeah.
Or like I'm still hooking up with my ex that I'm
I mean, I'm sure it's a little messier than we really could know.
Yeah.
Because when you're sleeping with that many people, there's probably, people are getting feelings hurt left
Yeah.
and right. It's
Yeah,
just
probably
inevitable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing
Yeah,
this.
thank
Thank you for
you.
having me.
Tell everyone where they can find you and all of your work.
Yes, I'm at Holly M. Solem, HOLLYMSOLEM, on Instagram and TikTok. My show is called Manthropology. If you Google that, I think it all kind of leads back to my personal pages. My Substack is HollyWould, HOLLYWOULD.substack.com. And you can also email me at askholly@playgirl.com. That was a lot of thinking I just had to do.
It's
That was
so hard
great,
to all of
yeah.
a sudden have to remember
Everything.
all of the
all your plugs.
different
Yeah.
ways to reach you. But yes,
Mhm.
everyone
Yeah.
should read your Playgirl advice. It's great.
Yes.
Very fun questions. I read
Mhm.
them all. They're wonderful.
Yeah.
Can't wait to read what comes next. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yay, thank you.
you.
Thanks for having me. This is
Yeah.
so fun.
If you're interested in us sharing your business anonymously on our next episode or just want to drop us a line, email us at noneofmybusinesspodcast@gmail.com. None of My Business is hosted by me, Sophia Benoit, and my co-host, Kelsey June Jensen. Our supervising producer is Justin Sales. Additional production by Sasha Ashal, Austin Gale, and Juliana Ress. Video editing and production by Kayla Talley. Social media support comes from Austin Gale, Kayla Talley, and Sasha Ashal. Special thanks go to Jonathan Ratliff, Hannah Lakin, John Richter, Belle Roman, and Alea Zaniris. Art direction by David Shoemaker. Motion design by Skull Closet Studio. Photography by Kyle Smithers. Hair by Issa Wilson. If you enjoyed today's show, like and subscribe, follow, or leave us a 5-star review. If you didn't like today's episode, well, that's none of our business.